Welcome back to Recharge. This is Cooking with Mandy, and I'm Mandy. Today's episode, we're featuring some more vegetables from our CSA basket. We're gonna have a vegetable cream cheese today. This recipe is actually a little bit of a family recipe, so it's a little bit of a secret. We're gonna use some fresh radishes here. We've got some fresh chives, and we've got some carrots. So the reason this is a family recipe is because growing up, my dad would always tell us the story of how he and my mom met. They both worked in a bagel cafe and they met working there. And my dad always talked about this unbelievable cream cheese that he used to make, and it's so simple, so I want to share it with you today. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our cream cheese, and I let this come to room temperature for about an hour or two, and it's okay to let it sit at room temperature on the counter. I'm just going to dump it into a mixing bowl here. And we'll set this off to the side. Now we're going to start off with our radishes. So we actually only really need like a half of one radish. So I'm just going to cut the stems off of one. And then we're going to take the radish and using a microplane. Microplane is just like a very fine grating tool. If you don't have a microplane, you can always use just a regular box grater, but the microplane gives you a really fine texture. So we'll just twist off that little root there. And we're going to kind of grate it into the bowl of cream cheese. And you'll see that it's going to give the cream cheese a really pretty purple color. Okay, so you'll notice on the back of the microplane here, that's where all of it collects. So you just kind of want to tap it into the bowl. Maybe use your finger against the grain of the blade to kind of scoop it out. So next we're going to grate some carrot into our cream cheese. And this is a really big carrot, but we really only need about like a couple inches of it. So I'm just gonna cut a little piece of the carrot off. And I already washed and dried these carrots, and since they're organic, we actually don't even need to peel it. So I'm just gonna keep the skin on. And then I'm going to just grate the carrot using the microplane the same way I did the radish. So the carrot gives the cream cheese a little bit of sweetness to balance out that spice and kick from the radish. So it's a really nice taste. That's enough carrot. So the same, you'll see it kind of collects there on the back of the microplane. Just kind of bang it, get all the carrot out. And then we'll set that little extra piece off to the side. And then last but not least, we're going to use our chives. Chives here, these are nice, really long chives. We probably only need about 2 or 3 of these, and we'll just chop these up really finely. We're not going to grate these on the microplane. That would be a disaster. So just using a small knife, I'm going to chop these up. And you want to chop these up pretty finely to give it a nice mellow onion flavor. So then we're going to take our chives and toss them in with the rest of the ingredients in the bowl. And then since the cream cheese is very soft at room temperature, we're just going to take like a little spatula and just mix everything together. If you prefer not to do this by hand, you can also make this in a food processor with the regular blade, but I'm just going to mix this up. So once everything is thoroughly mixed up, you want it to have one uniform color. So it's gonna have a little bit of an orange hue to it from the carrots. And you'll see little specks of purple in there from the radish. So it's really colorful and pretty. And it's actually a great way to sneak some vegetables into your kids if they're picky eaters. You can serve this on bagels. You can serve it with crudité as like a dip or on crackers, however you'd like it. So this is our vegetable cream cheese. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching another episode of Cooking with Mandy. We'll see you next week.